what's the difference? What's the difference between simple interest and compound interest? So again, I'd like to make a T-chart. So simple versus compound. When you're talking about the difference, one method is to list out all the items, all the information you know about one of the concepts, and then look at the other concept and see if it works the same way. So with simple interest, you deposit a big chunk at the start, and you calculate interest one time at the end, and then finally you get a larger chunk at the end. So let's think about compound interest. With compound interest, we do also deposit a big chunk at the start. Calculate interest one time at end. No, that's where it's different. Here we calculate interest n times and gain interest on interest plus principal. So not only are we getting interest on our initial principal, but we're getting an interest on our interest every calculation, whatever gets added back into the account. So that would go all for that second part. And then a larger chunk out at the end for simple interest. It's the same thing for compound interest. So when I'm talking about the difference between simple interest and compound interest, it looks like this box and this extended box give me the difference between the two concepts. So we could say simple interest. So since I'm having just a little bit of trouble with my journal note writer for some reason, I'll see if I can write the difference in this separate file. So with simple interest, interest is calculated one time at the end, and I'll say of the investment period, and then time for our magic word, our math difference word, while. With compound interest, interest is calculated n times per year on, and we'll say on the principal and any previous interest earned. Okay, so that sentence really spells out the major difference between simple interest and compound interest. And the major difference is that the two calculate interest differently. One calculates it just one time at the end, the other one calculates n times per year and puts the interest back onto the account so that every time you're calculating interest, it's on some that's already been counted and calculated. So that's the major difference. Now, if we were asked to give some other differences, I would say that compound interest generally provides more interest than simple. Okay, so that's a minor difference. I mean, it's major if you're thinking about money, but if we're trying to talk about the major difference between the two concepts, it's in how the interest is calculated. So if you needed a second difference, you could put a minor difference, like the compound interest is going to give you more money than simple interest. So this first one is our major difference. Okay, so we want to make sure we always talk about the major difference when we're asked to explain the difference between two concepts. And then if we need further information, we can give minor differences, like compound interest, you're going to have more money than if you used simple interest. So that would be another difference, but it's not the major difference.